Why don't you want to work, sir? Hello? Oh. Hang on. It's recognizing something. Oh! All right. That's working. Yeah, that's working. That's working. All right. I go to public. Okay, yeah, we are actually working. Guys, it's doing the thing. Oh, I'm so hype. I'm so hype. Okay. I now have to advertise the stream. I'm going to turn back to live channel this time. I'll explain this whenever we actually start getting people here, but I don't want to stream to my personal. I just want to put the breakdown straight onto this page. If you actually want to watch the breakdown, skip forward some if you're watching the VOD, because I am still trying to figure some things out and stuff. Get me a shareable link. There we go. All right. Now give me the at everyone ping. At everyone. Not at every. All right. That should be working. Yes. Okay. It's actually public. It's doing the thing. Yes. Okay. This is awesome because fucking YouTube Live was just being a massive bitch earlier. Yo, what's going on, Super Bloom? What's up? Just gonna share this wait, I can't actually share the link in that server because stuff. And then just throw the link into status so then I'm not actually doing anything. Can you let me change my status? Please. Pretty please, let me change my status. Why? Okay, disable streamer mode. I don't care. Set custom status. There we go. Okay. Stream isn't titled as turn. Oh shit! I forgot to do that. Oh well, this is a more accurate thing. If I'm just like live for the sake of being live, just to like do some piano shit, I'll title it as turn back to live. But that's smart. I like that, Superboy. I like that. Except I forgot I'm the one that came up with that. I'm gonna send this to Flame as well. After that, we are just going to start. Yeah, I know I did. My memory's terrible. I got back from work today. So how's the stream looking for you? I can't really tell. Because I have so many things and so many monitors. It's weird. While we're waiting for people to come in, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pop on the piano and I'm just gonna play a bit. But yeah. I don't know if I'll do anything, and my voice is kind of shit right now. But yeah. Yeah, that's going through. Nice. Ooh, hello. That was weird. Okay, there's actually some latency there. I'm gonna adjust some settings. Yikes. I love how I can have, like, different ASIOs on different instances of FL Studio. That's such, like, a banger feature. I wouldn't be able to do, like, any YouTube streaming. I mean, I could. It would just be a little more annoying to set up. There we are. actually, fuck it, I do want to do some singing. Let me get myself. Yeah. I do want to do singing, I have decided. I cannot tell how loud that is in comparison to the piano. I'm gonna vocals up a little more. That's a bit better, yeah. You know what? Fuck it. To start off the stream, we're gonna just do a piano cover of Burnout. This song is really tricky to cover just like solo piano, but I've gotten some ideas down. And we'll see how shit or well I play. It's gonna be it's gonna be great. Burning through the passion, leaving all to ashes, eating through the rations, going through the stashes, running out of verses, bringing more distractions, the other universes, I can take more action, belting out my troubles, writing down my trauma to where I'm seeing double, ending on a comma. Burnout, and I'm trying, but I just don't know. Burnout, I'm not feeling anything and I've been running and I'm ready to blow. Burnout, I'm not thinking, I'm not dreaming, I'm not feeling not to come anymore. Burnout, and I'm riding next to nothing and I'm burnt up, baby, that's for sure. I can feel it empty, I'm not sure you hear me. I can spin my pieces, I'm not sure that you'll be. You can see me lacking in and out of my head. You can feel me crashing out of my bed, belting out my troubles, writing down my trauma to where I'm seeing double, ending on a comma. Burnout, and I'm trying, but I just don't know. Burnout, I'm not feeling anything and I've been running and I'm ready to blow. Burnout, I'm not thinking, I'm not dreaming, I'm not feeling not to come anymore. Burnout, and I'm riding next to nothing and I'm burnt up, baby, that's for sure. This solo is so fucking hard to do without backing. Writing all the same words, playing all the same chords, start to spiral downwards, nothing on the whiteboard, running out of magic, lying down and sleeping, learning to romantic, nothing's there when dreaming, tearing out my hair now, try to find some meaning, nothing means anything, now my soul is burning, melting out my troubles, writing down my trauma to where I'm seeing double, ending on a comma. Oh my god, that solo is so fucking tricky without like anything else backing, because that solo normally takes two hands. And suddenly having to do the main solo, I'm having to do the percussion, I'm having to do the bass line. Oh my god, I still need to figure out what goes where, but that was probably one of my better runs. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Oh, to those that came, welcome to the stream. Well, winner, yes indeed I am rocking that JMPB merch. He's coming to my house in less than a month. How the fuck can I not be hype as hell for that? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh boy, all right. I'm running. Can't hear by tapping. I believe you. I believe you, Super Bloom. Yeah, I suppose I should just... Oh, shit, I forgot! I was thinking, man, there's a place where I haven't posted this yet. Twitter! Fucking... Am I dumb? Yeah. Okay, as promised... Breakdown stream. Live now. I forgot to put it on Twitter. What a dunce. All right. Man, I'll see you around, winner. All right, now let's get into the breakdown. So, start off with a little bit of background information about this song. Oh, nice. It took me genuinely a year to write this song. It started off with just the simplest idea. I was sitting in School of Rock, and I had an idea for something, and I was like, shit, I need to borrow someone's guitar. Yeah, what's going on, Skittleboo? But yeah, I went and borrowed this kid named Luke's guitar. We all called him Ed Sheeran because he had red hair, and it was a bad joke, but whatever. Literally, the only idea I had to start with was... And that's all I had to go off of. And it took me a year to figure out everything else around that. I just knew that it was a good idea, and I wanted to do something with it. So it took me long enough, and then I finally did something. I was in call with my drummer, actually, whenever I started putting some of the final ideas down, and then, yeah, it just kind of got recorded. I recorded all the demo tracks myself. Like, if I go to here, under temp recordings, all of these were recorded by me. It's the exact same song, it's just instead of actual drums, it's MIDI. Instead of the actual players playing their instrument, it's me. And it doesn't sound as good. The vocals are actually the same. I was very happy with the vocal takes, but as you can hear, it doesn't quite sound right. It almost sounds slower paced. It's weird. Is that too loud? By the way, I can turn that down if you want. I'm actually gonna turn that down because it's running at like -7.6. That should be fine. Yeah. That should be fine. But yeah, I recorded everything myself, and then we rehearsed it as a band, and then we recorded it together. So there's actually a bit more background information about the song. That's actually some pretty interesting trivia, but I'll get to that later. Let's actually a little quiet now. I could turn it up then. Let's do -4 decibels. All right. So this is a song. We have our playlist here and up here, and then we have our... Do I need this? No, I don't really. Then we have our mixer here. I have the mastering. I have all this stuff hidden because I don't need to see the inputs and the buses and the master. That stuff's irrelevant for the time being. Yeah, let's go ahead and just start this off. The fuck? Hang on, something happened here. The space got moved somehow? What the fuck? Did the entire... No, it was just... That was weird. I'm really happy the final export didn't have a fucked up bass. Yeah, the stream layout was done completely last minute because usually my right monitor is horizontal, but I moved it vertical. And I usually have my mixer on the right monitor so I can have like a full 16:9 with the full mixer track and the full playlist, and it's really nice. Then I stopped doing that. And I was like, well, shit, I need to fill out the space somehow. So, yeah, and I thought this was a neat idea, very fitting as it's the Burnout Breakdown stream. All right. Yeah. That was weird. Anyways. Alright, so I'm going to stop myself there just for a little bit of analysis on this intro. So, it's very simple. It's literally 2 chords. It's F sharp minor and A major. Bum bum ba da dun dun da da dun dun da da dun. And it literally just started off with this bass. It was just the bass, and it was just the drums, and it was just that blah, da, 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 coming in. And I only added that because I was thinking, shit, it's completely empty up top. It needs something to bring us in. So I was playing around. I was starting to get into like blues scales and stuff because I'm in jazz band, and I was just kind of messing around. I was like, damn, I like that. So I got added, and it was just that, and then this lead guitar bit. What just happened? My left hand's in the wrong place. That's what's wrong. The lead guitar wasn't even there. And my guitarist, Jack, was saying, man, it's kind of empty up there. You need to add something. So we thought about initially doubling that like, a couple octaves out, like, and I was like, well, that's too whiny, and it's beating the point down a little too much. So after thinking about it, I realized that he was right, it was missing something, but then it wasn't that. What it was just a wailing guitar lick. Just start on an F and just bend it all the way up to an F sharp on like the 5th string, really high up on frets. Just give your audience just immediately something to just be like, oh, that's important. Just grab them in. It's like the fucking it's the fucking Mr. Beast subtitles. Just like you have 15 seconds to hook the audience in. This is what I used. I used a good bass line, good drums, bluesy lick, and a wailing guitar. That's how you capture an audience. Let's listen to that one more time. That's how you do it. Now going into the verse.
Burning through the passion, leaving all to ashes, eating through the rations, going through the stashes.
Alright, I'm gonna make this quick. For the most part, it's just the same, but then I ended up using Jack's idea of having the guitar kind of copy the riff, but in the same register, so it's kind of in that same register, kind of almost palm muted. Oh god, the person that played this guitar, his name is Dallas Wilson. He's actually my current cover artist. So this wonderful art you see there and down there, that was done by Dallas. He's a fantastic cover artist. I've used him for Friends of the Devil. I'm using him for this. I'm using him for my next couple of singles as well. And yeah, great guitarist, fantastic artist. Yeah, there's also a couple of automation channels that just basically turn on and off certain things. Vocals, burning through the passion, leaving all to ashes. It's just talking about being burned out. Doesn't take a genius to decipher that. Oh god, the vocal effects on that. I actually only used one vocal channel for this entire song for the lead vocals. There's more than one, but I only ever use one. It's very simple. I have some gain coming in because I run my microphone quiet, so I just never clip because I'm a very loud vocalist. But yeah, seriously, shout out to Dallas. We have some EQ, we have some EQ coming in. A little bit of dip at 1K just to get rid of some of those really harsh tones, which I encountered more in the chorus. I have a bit of I wanted to use a de-esser, but it wasn't working the way I wanted it to, so I just kept it disabled. We have some automation EQ that comes on at like 90% wet level in the verses,
Burning through the passion,
which gives it kind of a bit of a telephone effect, and I really like that. Like without it, it just sounds weird.
burning through the passion.
Like I wanted to have that effect, just so then whenever the actual chorus comes and the dynamic range opens up, it feels so much bigger. So instead of adding a bunch of things onto a chorus, making it more and more busy, you take some things away from the lesser parts of the song to make the choruses feel bigger. Little trick, it's a little tip I learned from somewhere. And then we have that's a flanger that gets used in the chorus. Notch filter takes out some of the more harsher tones. Flanger, which gets used in the chorus. Fresh air, this plugin is goated if you're a vocalist. Breakdown of a song, Johnny Man Boy reference. Yes, I'm wearing the merch too. He's coming to my house. But yeah, if you are a vocalist and a producer, and you're not using Fresh Air, and you're wondering why your vocals do not sound good, use Fresh Air. It is free. You put it on, you turn the knobs, and it sounds good. Here's what it sounds like without.
Burning through the passion,
And with.
burning through the passion.
It just lifts those highs without making it like too intense, like a fucking +6 dBs gain on like 1,000+ hertz. It's like an upward, downward compressor type thing. Get fresh air if you're not using it. Fantastic for vocals. And then I have 2 stages of compression. So like we have this one, which is more dynamic. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a dual layer compressor. And then I have a limiter at the end with the release set pretty far down. And then that just takes you on to a reverb channel, which I'm really happy with how this reverb sounds. I have spent a lot of time on the vocal fucking mix. Oh, and that moment. Whenever we're in the stages of like recording this song, but yeah, if your vocals sound like ass, either you're a bad vocalist or you're not using or you're not using fresh air. If you're a bad vocalist, fresh air can only help so much. I'm gonna trust that you're not a bad vocalist because Super William, you're like a fantastic producer. Listen to the tri remix if you haven't. Yeah, my guitarist Jack and I actually fought on adding this a lot. Just this little slide down, just to really introduce that guitar. He was like, "No, we shouldn't do it because it sounds bad." And I was like, "It needs a way to be introduced. I need a way for it to be like grunge it in, just I'm done." It's like an introductory paragraph before introducing it. Because if it didn't have it, it would just come in. And make your mind up for yourself. But
Going through the stashes, running out of
I don't like how that sounds. It just comes out of nowhere. There's nothing introducing it. Like this gets introduced, these get introduced, the drums and bass obviously get introduced. But like everything got introduced. All the main instruments. Except for the rhythm guitar, just came in before its main role. And I was like, well, let's just make it do that. And plus, this sounds like... That sounds sick as hell. I love that. Yeah, for the most part, it just stays the same. Just with that rhythm guitar impulses 1 and 2 on the right channel, as you can see down here.
running out of verses, bringing more distractions. All the universes, I can't take no action.
Get fresh air. Okay, that's good. That's good. And thank God. The instrumental for the most part stays the same all the way up until here with the pre-chorus. I'm actually gonna real quick mute the vocal channel just so you have some time to admire how this instrumental sounds. Oh my God, that lead up to the chorus is sick as hell. So another really great way to, actually not even another way, it's just a way that I kept on using. The bass in the verse is all palm muted until the pre-chorus. Like I'm gonna slow out this bass real quick just so you can hear it a little bit better yourself. It's all muted. There's a fuck ton of compression going on, so it's still at the same volume level, but it's palm muted. It's not necessarily the actual volume levels. It's more of the air pressure, I guess. Not really, but it's how it sounds. It's taking up less frequencies. Like look at this EQ. For the most part, we have that attack on the those higher frequencies, but for the most part, it's just down there. Then whenever it comes in here, I have some gates come in and some like EQ automation, so it slowly makes its way up. But now, as you can see, the higher frequencies, these kind of mid-lows, are much more present. So suddenly, that's just more intense, and it slowly leads itself up to that. It's a very subtle part in the mix. No one ever hears it, but without it, it doesn't really work as well. What else changes about this? The rhythm guitar starts mimicking the bass as well. You know, unison is just a really great way of increasing tension, especially in different voices, different instruments, different, what's the word I'm looking for? Tones? Not really tones. Timbres, different timbres. We have bass going. When we have the bass, we have the guitar, we have the vocals. It's just that unison tension that starts building itself up all the way to this chorus. Then, my favorite part of the song personally, these little background vocals. Actually, I ended up muting out these two, but I use them in the second pre-chorus instead. I was adding Max in, my ex-background vocalist. I no longer have a band, unfortunately, so if I mention any band member, it's automatically ex-member. I still want to work with them in the future. I believe they seem open to it. I'm not going to speak for them, but they're awesome. Fantastic set of kids. Love them to death. Yeah, I'm going to solo out the...
out my troubles, writing down
Once again, it's just more unison.
where I'm seeing
Just really getting that intensity up. And then the drums, what does the pattern change to? The pattern changes to something. Yeah. Right, we had that ride bell, that bing, bing, as well as the snare getting more intensity, more velocity on it. On the snare for the verses, I'm running like what I like to call a snare reverb, which I kind of made in Patcher. It's just some reverb that goes into a very highly filtered EQ, and then it's the compression, so it just kind of... I got inspired by Johnny Mansal's Patient drum mixing. Someone sent the solo drum set of that out, and I listened to that, and I was like, damn, I really like how this sounds. I'm going to emulate that. And then I did. But yeah, that gets turned off for the choruses. It just, like, dynamics are such an important thing for this song. Like the verse, it's like the kick's still going, but the snare is so much more light. It's almost like a feather. But then whenever we come into that pre-chorus, it start feeling a little more of that jam. That snare has a little bit more energy. The drums have a little more energy coming in. Got that ride bell taking up some more of those high frequencies. So just all of that together. We got that unison. We have that we have that higher intensity coming from the bass. I guess the longer phrase vocals with the unison coming from that. The background. We have the actually, you don't slide off the vocal in cue until the very end, but we just have this build up, which I'm gonna play for you real quick.
Belting out my troubles, writing down my dramas, where I'm seeing double, ending on a comma.
Bam, 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 down, down. Woo!
And I'm trying, and I'm trying, and I'm trying, but I just don't know. I'm not feeling anything, and I've been running, and I'm ready to blow.
All right, this chorus, by God, this chorus is a doozy on the mixing front. The verse took longer to get to sound good because there's not as much going on. But the chorus, the chorus always sounded good. No, I'm gonna go into this shit real quick. God, I've had this chorus kind of almost as it is with the exception of the melody and lyrics for so long, except that eventually released Burnout. I keep my demos organized. But like, it started, when the fuck was this file exported? Properties. This was created April 17th, 2022. Like a month and a bit after my first song came out. This was before Horizons released, actually. Horizons released, oh my God, it was May 22nd, I want to say, right before school got out. But this file has been in existence for so fucking long. It was 2021 I came up with that riff idea in School of Rock. It was one of my first couple vocal seasons. So this song has existed in my head for so long, but like you can hear that chorus.
Whoa, gotta give it to ya, didn't know you could go high.
It sounds like shit, but like you can hear those vocals, you hear the same chord progression, the exact same piano riff on organ. If you actually take a listen to the organ, you'll hear the same riff.
Whoa, gotta give it to ya, didn't know you could go high.
Yeah, it's the same initial melodic idea, but a fucking year earlier. That's how long this has existed for. It's just been brewing in my head, and it exists now, and I'm so happy. All right, let's go into these background vocals because these background vocals are phenomenal. And we're gonna take out Max's stuff for now, and then we're gonna bring it in. Oh, there. Oh, I forgot to turn off the drums. Piss off! Logan, you're a fantastic player, but I don't want to hear you playing right now.
Burnout.
I'm just gonna play that one more time.
Burnout.
What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On just my vocals, it's an 8-part harmony. I believe they're all doing different, they're all playing different parts, so let's just go one by one.
Burnout.
Of course, we have that bass line, burnout, just on the root of that chord.
Burnout.
Starting on the same note, it starts unison on this. But instead of going down, it goes up. It starts on a B and then goes up to a C sharp, which is part of that F sharp minor chord. So far we have, and adding the next one in. Burnout. Burnout. What is that? We now have. Wait, did I? Burnout? Yeah, that was supposed to be burnout. Yeah, that's actually a jump of a minor third there. So now we have. Well, so we have this 1-5-1 power chord on the bass, which is what makes this so strong, if you ask me. Then we have this coming down to the root. I mean, then we have this coming down to the 7 of the F sharp 7, which these two voices actually cross. It goes fucking. You can hear that voice almost moving down, but it's there. You can hear that moving down, but it stays. I think that's really interesting use of voicing. And of course, we have one of the ascending. Once again, it also starts in the next sharp, but it just goes to the 5th because we don't actually have the 5th. So it's. Next voice is much higher. It just takes us from the root to the 3rd of. That would make this chord. This is hard. I'm gonna stop voicing on piano because this is just so fucking hard. Then next voice is. Oh right, I did the. This is the harmony I actually sing live. This works a lot better whenever doing the other voices on piano. Oh, shit. Works better when you're doing the other voices on piano with good old burnout. Burnout. It's kind of the lead voice, if you ask me. That's the melody. And then we have the higher voice. Well, no, then we have that root again. Well, there's a little bit of doubling on different registers, but yeah. And then we add Max's vocals in. I just want to give Max's vocals some time to shine real quick. There's no auto-tune there. There's no auto-tune. Max is just a fucking fantastic vocalist. Like, and then I just did some mixing together. I took out some of the highs of my normal vocals, of my harmonies. And it just slides in together. Oh my God. All right, what about the rest of the instrument? What about the rest of everything? Vocals are very self-explanatory. I turn off the vocal EQ. I turn on a bit of a flanger. So there's a little bit of automation gain just to give it a little bit more punch. I think I put it before. Where did I put it? Did I put it here? Where the fuck did I put the gain? Did I put it on an EQ? No. Did I put it on stage 1? I did! See that gain knob turn? I put it after the first compressor, but before the second. So it would hit the second threshold more without actually going over without actually getting too loud. That was a little tricky to figure out. Oh God, let's just go instrument by instrument. So there's just nothing here. It's literally just drums and bass. Literally just. Actually need to. That's all. Everything else comes in right here. We have what do we have? We have Dallas's guitar. It's kind of on those second and third strings, just kind of doing this, it's kind of emphasizing those higher voices. And then we have Jack, I believe, doing bar chords. Then coming over with a palm mute. Jack's over here palm muting whenever while Dallas is just wailing. Now, 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 now. It's just wailing on that shit while Liv and I, Liv being my ex-auxiliary keyboardist who's on organ for this one. Just kind of did that ascent. What is that chord progression actually? That's an A major, D major over A, B flat major, B flat dominant 7. I guess it's not dominant 7. B flat major minor 7 over A without the 1. So it just sounds really unstable. And it's the same chord but flipped in inversion. It's over D sharp. So just makes its way up. Like what does that look like chromatically for that works its way back up to that starting point. Yeah, just works its way back up chromatically. So that's being done on both piano and organ. The bass is wailing as always, and then we have those vocals. And I'm trying. There's actually originally a different melody here. It was terrible, but I was listening to it was Remedy by the Black Crowes, and it gave me the idea of, what if I just like wail on just like, and I'm trying, but I just don't know. Worry more about a rhythm than melody. So I was like, fuck it, I'll do that. And it worked. A little bit of flanger, and the vocals just sound sick. And I'm trying, but I just don't know. Oh, I forgot how fucking good that reverb sounds. So the reverb's done in the few passes. I do it a little bit differently now. I put it in a patch just so the reverbs aren't touching each other. But we have an initial one. That's not what I meant to do. And I'm trying. This reverb gives it a little bit more body. So if I just solo out this reverb, nothing else. It's almost like the vocals are still there. It's just very slightly delayed, so it gives it some more body. Just adds a little bit. And then we just have a bit of a trail. Oh, yeah, it's also, I have the modulation and speed turned up a lot, just so it sounds interesting. I like it. And I'm trying, but I just don't. The fuck happened to my, oh, yeah. And I'm trying. I'm actually gonna make sure that I didn't do any, like, reverb strength things. Can you give me my browser back? Hello? Can I have my browser? Pretty please. I want my browser, damn it. There we are. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I think we're... And I'm trying. Okay, yeah, I didn't do any different strength things, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Alright, yeah, just two-part reverb, little body, little trail. All of that shit together gives us just glory. And I'm trying, but I just don't know. I'm not feeling anything and I've been running and I'm ready to go. I'm not dreaming, I'm not thinking, I'm not feeling nothing come anymore. And I'm riding next to nothing and I'm burnout, baby, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh god. Then we have a drum fill, which I tracked separately because drum fills are hard. Second verse. I just took a page out of how I wrote headphones. Just burn out. Let's just give it a listen real quick, and I'll break down my reasoning for everything.
I can feel it empty. I'm not sure you hear me. I can spin my pieces. I'm not sure that you'll be. You can see me lacking in and out of my head. You can feel me crashing out of my bed, melting out my troubles, writing down my trauma. It's where I'm seeing the whole ending on a comma.
It's just pretty much from after it gets off this, because like we're writing on an energy high here. We have the drum break to transition us into the verse, and then suddenly we're just in how do I want to explain this? How do I think about it in my head? just a different section. Still the verse, but it's still intense. Like whenever the instruments hit, there's a lot of stuff going on, but then like between it, it's quiet. There's just drums, not even bass. It's just drums and vocals. Yeah, after the drum fill, yeah, it just hits on 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh wait, no, there's that wailingly guitar riff. It makes its return. It wasn't just an introductory thing. It foreshadowed a very sick ass section. It's just 1, 2, so it just has its moment all to itself. Oh my god, it sounds like, because the vocals, it's just doing the same thing as it did before. You know, it's not all too interesting. Like the words, to be honest, music can do, any given song can do with or without its actual meaning. It's a very hot take, I know, but when I am listening to a song, I'm not thinking about what the words are saying and how that applies to me. I only do that when I'm critically listening. When I'm listening to a song that's on any given day, I don't listen to the words, I listen to the music. The music makes me feel good. The vocals, the lyrics could be about fuck all whatever. I got really into Johnny Manziel and the Poor Bastard without understanding a damn thing Johnny was saying. I like his songs more now that I know what he's saying, especially stuff like Radio and The Clock and The Message, you know, stuff that's, you know, about songwriting and stuff like that, because that resonates with me a lot, as you can see. But I jammed with those songs just as much. Good lyric. How do I want to say this? Ooh. Good poetry does not equate to good lyrics. It's very close. It's almost 1-to-1. But if the words are not fun to sing, they're not good lyrics. So I could be saying fuck all right now, but it's the same as what happened before. People are bored. They want to hear something that sounds sick as hell. So I brought back this riff to here. It now has its own thing. Sounds sick as fuck. You don't give a damn what the words are saying. You're thinking, damn, this song's fire. Yeah, it's just really cool use of dynamics, because suddenly, like, this was here before, but because everything is like so much more up and down, suddenly having this here, it's so much more of an impressive, not an impressive moment, just a moment. Like one of those moments that people remember in your music. It's one of those. So going through, for the most part, it's just the same. Drums are more intense than they were. Velocity is a little bit harder. We have that snare trail back, and it comes back to here, and it's still that just fantastic buildup of pressure before releasing it in that chorus. But this time we add maxes. I mean, we add back the other two, and then we add maxes here. Let's give those a solo real quick. Wrong buttons. Out, down, C. For the most part, I'm just having max double what I'm doing, just an octave up. Because, like, we have, like, just these two. Just a perfect 4 up from... I know you shouldn't technically be doing the same intervals over and over again because classical notation. I don't fucking care. It's rock. If it sounds cool, it sounds cool. I don't care if Beethoven would approve of continuous use of the same intervals. I don't give a shit. Sounds cool. It works. Yeah. The bass is the same thing of those like a high pass that filter it's a low pass filter. It's just slowly makes its way up. Organs. So yeah, I changed the organ to the kind of that like chromatic line. I kind of came up with this idea for like these like chromatic chord progressions. But like using different voices instead of just using major first inversion, major first inversion, major first inversion, major first inversion. I was like, okay, we have minor, major, first inversion. It's like using those different chords. It sounds really interesting. I think I can go like all the way up the scale real quick. can. I remember how to do that. And I ended up using that somewhere else for... a song I wrote called Sweet Tooth Pirates Theme. It's very fun using those kind of chromatic things. Just avoiding stuff. Avoiding using the same chord voicings over and over again. Very interesting. Really helps kind of with that high end. It's very subtle up there, but yeah. Then we come back into the chorus. The chorus is quite literally exactly the same. It's copy pasted actually. Shit, there's actually something I missed over here on the to emphasize that kind of ready to blow. I have I double my own line here. Ready to blow. And I have Max come over and double it. Ready to blow. Yeah, and I just kind of. Oh, whoop. Running in and ready to blow. Just gives that moment just a little bit more impact because it's like stereo. There's more people saying it. It's almost like gang vocals, and that's pretty much all the way the same. Then we get to the solo. I'm not gonna dive in too much about how I made the solo because okay, I'm gonna dive into it a bit. I lied. What happened? I'm actually gonna go back to the temp recordings. Actually, did I use different hand? The fuck? Let me listen. Are these the takes that I improv with? No, this is a later take. That's a later take. Oh man, I didn't keep those. Man, that sucks. I just kind of comped together just like a couple of improvisations and some orders I thought I found cool. And then I decided to just learn it on one thing. You know, no one's ever heard the solo out. Let's give a listen to that. So, for the piano, this song, for the final takes, I literally recorded one take for the pre-bridge, and one take for the post-bridge. That's all. This was done on the first take, after practicing it a bunch, but that was the first take of the day. I decided to sit down and redo it. I'm so very proud of that. I am so very, very proud of that. Why the fuck am I getting pinged in this server? Hello? All right, and the chord progression. Just real quick dive into what kind of makes up the section. To start off, of course, we always start with Logan playing drums. He's the foundation here. I told him to lay it back a little bit on the snare and such, you know, because if there's like too much snare stuff, my mentality at the time was like, if there was like too much snare fill, you know, then the solo wouldn't be, you know, as in front. Then I was listening to Scorpion Queen by Ace of Hearts, and I was thinking, damn, I was wrong. He could have done like some really sick ass snare roll stuff, but I was wrong. Oh well. Drums, of course, everything's had to go. The drums, and we have red on bass. I got inspired by fucking Cage the Elephant in one ear for that bass line. I was like, I was like, damn, I really got that sound. Before it was literally just bum bum ba da dun dun da da dun all the way through, and I was like, come on, we could do better than that. This is like for a more intense moment. We have Dallas's guitar. Jack's guitar. From what I recall, Jack didn't really like this part at all. He said it was like really boring. I don't blame him on the fact it's boring. I have some boring parts myself in some songs. Like, the fucking verse in this song is unbelievably boring for the piano player. But even the chorus is just a little uninteresting. But when you put it all together, like, if any one of those instruments is doing anything at all more complicated, it would just be a little bit too busy. Like, we have the piano soloing, we have the bass already doing some stuff, drums are more intense. Let's make it a little too busy, if you ask me. So that's what I stuck with. And we have that just insane fucking... That bit, which I bring the organ in for just to add a little bit more floatiness to it. Then I changed up what the oh shit! I actually brought back the I thought about it, but then I didn't. These are muted. Oh well. I thought I brought back that low pass filter again. I ended up not. Then kind of for that very floaty section, I changed the guitar stuff to that's the pre-chorus. How the fuck did I get there? It's kind of like makes its way up and back down, its way up. And then I think I just have Dallas on. Just like kind of staccato up there. It sounds really weird by itself, but like in context, it works. This solo, if you couldn't tell, is very Scorpion Queen Ace of Hearts inspired. Like, genuinely, if I had never heard Scorpion Queen before, if that song didn't exist, this song wouldn't exist. At least as it is today, but yeah. The headphone solo was Scorpion Queen inspired. This solo Scorpion Queen inspired. I fucking love Scorpion Queen, guys. I just love the song. It's so good. Yeah, and then the organ comes in on the progression. Kind of doing those like it's kind of like in between chords with that chromatic motion. Yeah, I think I brought the drums down. Nah, Logan just kept wailing. I don't mind they did that now. Yeah, and then it comes in the outro, it goes back to the first thing, then the bridge. Let's see. Earlier I spoke about using like unison as like a way to like build intensity. I did a lot of that here.
Writing all the same words, playing all the same chords, start to spiral downwards. Nothing on the whiteboard, running out of magic, lying down and sleeping, turning to a man. Nothing's there.
I forgot to meant to say like I can say it because I am, and then I realized, oh wait, that's not how that works. Anyways, unison, TBTL solo party. Anyways, the unison stuff. Let's just mute out the instrumental.
Writing all the same words, playing all.
Yeah, it's just. Let's see what we start off with. Unison. Then let me guess fourth up. And then let me guess fourth up. Yep, as I remember. Hell yeah. Yeah, and then we have that doing that. We have Dallas's guitar switching to. Oh. We got unison there. Then we have the rhythm guitar kind of doing that palm mute, then slowly building itself back up type of things. We kind of have those waving dynamics a little bit. Yeah. It just comes. Oh, another thing. 'Cause I'm part of a group. I'm part of a music production group called Renaissance. This is a requirement to put in all of our songs. Just a little bit of that. You can barely hear it in the mix, but it's just a. Did it. But no, it's right there. I just kind of use it as like a build up just to get into the bridge. It's very subtle. You can barely hear it in the mix, but it's there. And it's going to be in every single one of my songs. Yeah, we have the bridge, which I'm just going to play through real quick.
Writing all the same words, playing all the same chords, start to spiral downwards, nothing on
everything comes down a little bit in intensity to make way for the vocals, which then puts the intensity back. Oh god, drums come down a little bit. They stop doing the cymbals. It's just ride cymbal, I believe. Then it comes up to here. I start doing a different pattern on piano because here I'm just on. Then over here I switch it over to like once again that left hand keeping unison with the organ comes in to make the section a little bit more floaty because I bring the piano up a little bit in register, so I bring the organ in to just add a little bit of that floatiness. Drums are still popping off. Jack's still doing his thing on normal on the other guitar. Yeah, vocals are just vocals are rock steady through this part. They keep pretty much the same. Then for that last loop of the bridge, I'm actually gonna build up a little bit into it. A little more. I just start ramping the instrumentals right back up to go into the outro section. I wish I put a mini guitar solo here. I wish I did, or at least told like the drummer, I should have told Logan to just pop the fuck off and call it a day. I didn't. I should have. Damn it. Oh well. One of the mistakes I'll make. I can't live by mistakes. Oh well. But yeah, I had them go back to the kind of the solo progression with the guitar going back to its Actually, no, Dallas's guitar is staying the same. It's just been rock steady in that just rock steady on that melody for a while. We have Jack's guitar goes back to doing this way too. Wait. You're still doing that. Drums come. The drum cymbals come back. Yeah, just comes right back up in intensity, and then back into the outro. Piano goes back to the kind of high thing, just up there, organ comes back. Actually, the organ never left. Yeah. Oh god, anything mixing specific I can go into real quick, because that's the song, pretty much. Drums! Drums on this song were super fun to do. I'm gonna start off with the kick. Pretty much all my mixes, I start with getting the kick down before anything else. I'm just gonna go to the bridge and just loop some... Yeah, song's fucking fire, god. Let's start off with some EQ. I put a little bit more resonance on specifically, where is this? 61 hertz, because if this wasn't here, you can kind of hear the difference, right? just add the extra bit of oomph to that low end. Just that, really needs it. Then a little bit of dip at 500 because if that dip wasn't there. But it's a little woofy. I like it a little boxy. And we have a patcher, which basically, what this, ooh, hang on, actually. Did I mean to put this in here? Yes, I did. What this patcher does is it splits the mid sides and then cuts anything below a certain frequency on the sides, which I actually meant to take out because I started using stereo separation techniques on stereo separation and merging techniques on the master channel instead. This is, I don't do this anymore, pretty much. Yeah, this does, it takes out some of the lower frequencies from the side channels, so it sounds a little more tight in the lower range, which I don't need to do anymore, because on the master channel, I have a bit of a stereo shaper, which I didn't want to buy ozone, so I just made one from the ground up using patcher. This is basically a low-high split. Then we have, it's a 4-channel stereo separation. I didn't need that anymore because the low channels I was doing, like, they were like 71% merged at like about 150 hertz and below. It really starts at 100, but that slowly tapers off to 200 hertz. Didn't need that anymore. I actually took probably a little bit of volume and oomph away from the kick, but it turned out fine. We have, where is this? A 35 hertz cut? Yeah, 35 hertz cut, because I figured if I was cutting at 35, hertz on the master, there was no point in having anything below 35 hertz on the kick, because that's just unnecessary things hitting the compressor, reducing volume. I'm reducing volume of the stuff that actually gets hurt, because like everything down here, it gets thrown away. There's no point in having that added in compression, which just removes other things. So that got removed as well. High pass your kicks, guys. If you're high passing your master, high pass your kicks, especially if you're doing like a bunch of post processing. If you're just using a sample and not doing anything with it, it doesn't fucking matter. But if you're processing your kicks, do. There's a notch filter just to get rid of some resonances down here and a little bit of that high end click up there. I don't like that high end click. Some parallel compression, basically parallel compression. You take a compressor, compress hard, compress low, and then have it at 50% mix. And we have a multi-band, which basically just compresses each section individually. So it just sounds fat. So like with it, without it. It's actually adding a fair bit of volume, so it's hard to get a perfect A/B comparison. But it's giving it more of a, rather than a boof. It's just gives it a fuck ton of attack and then comes off. Very low release times. Actually, that would be a very high release. Whatever, it does the thing I wanted it to. Then Maximus, I have some frequency band specific saturation. If I was doing this today, I would have added a little bit more low. I would have added some low saturation and then taken off the high saturation, but oh well. Then I have a useless EQ that's just sitting there doing nothing. Wow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to disable all of these effects, and I'm just going to enable them one by one just so you can really hear what each one does. Yeah, a lot of that sound comes from this multiband. This is my kick sauce. I like it. Moral supporting. No, what I did, I was looking at it so I could like have something to monitor it with. That's what I was using it for, as a monitor EQ. All right, now the snare. I'm gonna start by showing you this on just the verse. So it's pretty standard EQ, just a cut. I don't know why I'm doing so much gain. That's a mistake probably, but there's this frequency getting cut, which if I don't cut this, hear that? I'm gonna turn that actually up so you can hear it better. That is the resonant frequency of this here snare. So I take it and I destroy it. Gone. Doesn't exist anymore. We have a parallel compression, same thing I did on the kick. Multi-band compressor, same thing I did on the kick. Some frequency-specific saturation. I didn't saturate any of the high end because the high end already has that tss, doesn't really need saturation. We have a soft clipper. I don't know why this is on here. At the time, I didn't really understand what a soft clipper did, but I was told to put it on, so I did. It doesn't really do much. We have that snare reverb trail, which, just sounds nice. This compressor is not doing shit. You ain't doing shit. This is not. Oh no, it's actually doing something. It's adding some gain. Does it do anything in like the pre-chorus? Okay, wait, it does. No. You ain't doing shit. That was useless. Then we have moral support EQ again. Just so I can really look at what it's doing. Yeah. Toms aren't really used in this song, though I had a lot of mixing on them. Not as much, but you can hear them probably most in this little drum fill. It's pretty much it. Toms are kind of unimportant. Hi-hat, Fresh Air makes its re-debut. Love this plugin. It's also great for anything acoustic. I've started to put it on my acoustic guitars as well. It's also on a ukulele in a song coming out soon-ish, probably this fall. Yeah, without it, they sound flat, but with it, that high end is just invigorated. I do love Morris Suppute EQ. I was literally there to monitor stuff, and then I forgot to take it off, which is just taking system resources that don't need to be taken. Yeah, it's simple. I just have a tiny bit of extra added highs for that detail. Notch filter to take out this annoying frequency. I heard this frequency driving home from church doing a car speaker test, and I was listening to it. I was like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, fuck, that's a resonant frequency I don't like. So then I removed it. Why the hell am I rolling up? What is bro doing? Okay, so in this EQ, I had about, how much gain? 1.1 decibels of gain to everything above about 6,000 hertz. And then promptly, in the next EQ in the chain, no, not even the next EQ in the chain, just the next effect in the chain, I remove 2.1 decibels from 4,500 hertz and up. Am I stupid? They cancel out, dumbass. God. And then it just goes into fresher. I'm not even running compression on the hi-hat. I didn't need it. If it sounds good without a compressor, it probably doesn't need a compressor. I learned this the hard way. I tried to overproduce my hi-hats in my earlier mixes. I realized, oh, they don't always need it. For this song, they don't need it. It sounds really nice with the proper dynamic range. A lot of this song is based off of dynamics. It sounds good because it slowly ramps up and it has some intense moments and it ramps back down and it uses everything very carefully. Not everything needs dynamics. Not everything needs a compressor. Having dynamics is very nice, though. You probably need dynamics. If your songs sound bad, check your composition, then your mix. If your composition's bad, your mix won't sound good. Bad input, bad output. I saved a lot of time on this song's mix because I was much carefuler about the composition. Oh god, Ride, it's the exact same thing. We have a low cut, then we have some very flavorful EQ. Very flavorful. I just wanted those highs. I realized in mix, you really couldn't hear the lows. Like anything here. Because it's a loud song, there's guitars blazing, there's vocals. You can't really hear most of this stuff, so I figured, to hell with it. I'm gonna remove it and just have some makeup gain up here. That was my reasoning. It's not necessarily flavorful, it's just, I don't need that stuff down there. It's just the high end that people hear. We have a notch filter getting rid of a resonant frequency down here. Fresh air again makes its re-debut. And then a little bit of compression. I just wanted to tone down those initial hits so I could have everything. So I could have the actual what's the word I'm looking for? So I could have that so you could hear the sustain a little bit better. Because if I didn't have that, the hits would be just a little bit too harsh, and you couldn't hear the sustain as much as you wanted to. So just it's not much compression at all. Like literally, it's barely hitting those initial attacks. Nothing else. And then a little bit of makeup gain. Okay, 10 decibels of makeup gain. A little much. I wonder why my gain staging on this. Actually, my gain staging on this track is pretty good. Right, because the bass ride is like really quiet in the plugin I'm using. That's right. And then the crashes are quite literally the same as the ride. And that all gets pumped into a bus where I have some EQ, a little bit of bump at that kind of 50 hertz range just to emphasize those kicks a little bit more. Because like the kick drum is very important for this song's drive. TDR to Kolinov. If this is a fantastic glue/bus compressor, it is free. You can do it has some fantastic presets. Pretty much everything I do is based on preset, and then I just modify it from there. It's a fantastic glue compressor. If you're a new producer and you're trying to do masters yourself, get this. It's nice. Also very good for bus compression. It's also relatively lightweight from what I recall. Hang on a minute. Let me check that real quick. Just set you to wide. So, yeah, it's only 6 milliseconds of latency for the full track. And only 4 of that's from this bus compressor. It's really nice. Love it. All that gets fed to there. Then we have a little bit of saturation. I know I'm gonna get shit on for using Fruity Limiter. I don't care. It sounds good. Saturation algorithm sounds good. Just don't use the actual limiter part of Fruity Limiter. Compression's good. Saturation's good. The gain's good. The noise gate's okay. This sucks. Keep it off. Live your truth. Thank you so much. God, what else? What else? Any other interesting tidbit about this song? No, not really. That's, for the most part, in on this one. Very fun song to make. It only uses, let's see, 44 channels. Most, first 12 of those are buses, so in reality, it only uses 32 channels to get the sound that it has. You know what you're doing? If your composition's good, you don't need much more. Some songs, I'm actually going to take that back because some genres are just different with like layering and shit, but yeah, it's not that complicated of a song, really. It's a very it's a very simple chord progression, very simple parts all around, simple melody. Just put it together in the right way and it comes out sounding really fucking good. So good, in fact, that, let's see here, that in my year and a half, more than a year and a half of being on Spotify, it has become my most all-time streamed song. Coming up on almost a year ago is Losing to Burnout, which came out a couple of months ago. Everything from Horizon's EP, sitting at about 450 or so streams, give or take 400, 450. It came out more than a year before it. Yet, the simple compositions, not on top. Moving up in the world, indeed. I really do want to thank everyone that listened. Doing this shit's my dream. I'm aware that it's probably not going to become, sustainable to do as a job for a very long time. 15, 20 years. Probably it'll take until I get big enough to, like, you know, be comfortable, go on tour, and quit a job. But honestly, as long as I'm making this stuff, as long as people are listening, this is what I want to do. This is what I love. And I love that other people love it too. There's more coming. There's so much more coming. There is so much fucking more coming. God. My ex-band actually ended up forming into their own band. I think they settled on a name. I think they're calling themselves Stingray. We have 2 more songs coming out that we wrote together. I have an album in my head that I've been working on. I have a couple of songs wrote for that. I have an EP coming out later this year. Fingers crossed it's this year. It's only going to be like 2 or 3 songs. There's more. I can really only hope that y'all are going to love it as much as Burnout. Took a lot of lessons I learned from this. Applied it to other things. Keep getting better. One of the, like, Burnout makes my earlier work sound like a demo. My future work, I hope I make Burnout sound like a demo. I hope I do. This song's already fantastically made. You should check out this band. In fact, you are on its YouTube channel. So quite literally, if after the stream ends, I'm still going to be taking questions, some song requests. My voice is a little coarse right now, but if you want me to play some music, I can. After the stream, go down there, click on my face, listen to some of my stuff, go to my Spotify. It's linked in my About page. Yeah, there is some damn good music. There is some damn good music coming out. And if you like it, do I have my band's Discord server linked in the description? I think I do. If I don't, I'm just going to drop it in chat real quick. Don't expire, new link, copy. And if you want all the latest and greatest, as well as some sneak peeks into hanging with some of the guys, there's the link. But yeah, shit. Anyone want to hear me play any music? I got a piano. My voice is coarse. I might sound like shit, but it's going to be fun. Could be something I've made. Could be something fucking Johnny Manchild. Whatever in general. Just tell me to play anything and I'll figure out something. Let me go ahead and... I'm actually going to keep this open for now. In case I remember anything that I forgot to cover. Yeah, take some song requests. Last thing, if you like what you hear, I don't know any Taylor Swift songs, unfortunately. Yeah. Last point, if you like what you hear, don't just sit on it. Don't just think, oh, this is good music. I'm going to put it in my playlist and be happy. That helps, but don't just do that. Share it with some other people. Small bands need word of mouth to help grow. Whenever fucking Imagine Dragons was first starting out and they had their first, and they were trying to advertise their It's Time EP, they had an email list that they sent one of their songs for free as an MP3, because at the time you had to buy every song. And they just spread it, and they told the people that were subscribed to their email, send it to your friends. Spread the word. Spread the good word. People like me don't get big if people don't talk about me. I can only do so much. I can only keep making good music. I can only do some live shows. Coming soon, by the way, if you're an Auxilian. I can only submit to so many playlists on Submit Hub. You know what I can't do? I can't talk to every person on the earth. And while I can only talk to, say, 10 people, if you're one of those people, you can talk to 10 people. And if one of those people likes it, they can talk to 10 people. And if 2 of those people like it, they can each talk to 10 people. And suddenly that's like 50 or 60 people that knows about Turn Back to Life's existence. 50 or 60 people that didn't before. You think, man, I like this guy's music. How can I help him? Talk about me. That's all. Put both of you in my friend group. Thank you so much, Thomas. That means a lot. Yeah, that's why in Discord servers I'm completely fucking shameless. Gotta get the word out somehow. You know what? Shit. There's a song I really like doing of mine. Down 2 words of wisdom. Fred. What song do I like playing that I wrote? What song? What a Horizon. That one's fun. I need to pull up lyrics. It's been a while since I sung it last. Little fun fact about the song I'm about to sing, it was the first song I wrote. Not the first full song. I only wrote the chorus, but fact still stands. This song is the oldest, technically, of my discography. By date written. Wrote the chorus in freshman year of high school. I have to scroll a lot. It's a little too far. Damn it, where the fuck did it go? Looking back, that's the old version. Fragments, Oceans Deep, Post-Summer Depression, that one's coming soon. You know what? Because y'all are here, we're gonna do something unreleased. No, do I? This is gonna be up on VOD. Fuck it, I don't care. It's a good song. I was just talking about like age of discography and such. This is the first full song I ever wrote. Once again, also freshman year of high school. This song is old as fuck and I still haven't produced it. I'm just trying to figure out how good levels are. I can't tell at the moment right now. I'm gonna turn myself up a little more. That's unreleased songs. Yeah, that sounds good, right? That sounds that's good for levels, right? Just making sure one thing isn't, too loud. Just making sure. I think we're good. I don't see anyone saying anything, so we're just gonna do it. How do I want to play this? Like this. I don't know how to show that you're stuck inside my head. Palms are running through my dread, and I despise the glaze in your eyes and all the things you've always said. When I see you, I feel dread. Time goes slow because you know every time I see your eyes, it just makes me want to die. And oh, didn't have to be so. Now you're dead inside my eyes. Face comes to mind every time I cry. The best days of my life return to a mirage. Though some other person's taken over me. Anybody's hands, I knew it, I could have done. Should never come close to you. The best days of my life return to a mirage. Though some other person's taken over me. Anybody's hands, I knew it, I could have done. Should have never come close to you.
You don't know what you words have done to me. You will never set me free. Put me through all the things you do. You kept drowning me in lies, chlorine stuck inside my eye, and I don't know where I should go. Because it's not down beat deep, and you'll never let go of me. Is anybody there? Is anybody there? Is anybody there? Best years of my life turned to a mirage, but some other person's taking over me. Anybody's house, I knew it, I could have done. Should have never come close to you. Best years of my life turned to a mirage, but some other person taking over me. Anybody's house, I knew it, I could have done. Should have never come close to you. By the time it was late July, I'd already told myself too many lies. I always thought I would never break free, thought that there was something over me. Why you didn't leave can be easily told. I thought that I was still stuck in my hole. Everything that you've always said are all lies. I try to clear my head, I look around in the depths down deep. I don't really know if I'll ever be free. I look up and my surprise, only a phantom of what you used to be. I swim up in the blinding light, glowing in my eyes, blocking the sight. While I fills my lungs, I don't close my eyes. Time Hill will be my final life. This years of my life return to a mirage, but some other person's taking over me. Anybody's house, I knew it, I could have done. Yeah, I should never come close to you. Because in practice, laughing no joke you get to throw away because you're drowning in your sorrows. Put the arm and laugh and save nothing silence, but because I called out, all you gotta do is shout. Wrote that song at a bad part in my life, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, remember guys, if you go through any tribulation or trauma at all in your life, it's just more content to write with, really. All right, that's all I got energy for right now. My voice is so fucking gone. Wow, this hurts. All right, thank y'all so much for sticking around and listening to me ramble about fucking, God, who knows the fuck what. Touching grass, mainly.